My beloved child, I know you are carrying anger and hurt. I see the deep wounds in your heart, the scars left by sharp words and careless actions. I understand the frustration and pain you feel when those you love hurt you. But listen to me, my child, because I want to help you find true peace of mind. Anger is like a slow fire that burns your heart from within. It blinds you, causing you to see only the faults and shortcomings of others. It burdens your heart, making it difficult for you to feel love and forgiveness. But my child, holding on to anger is like holding a hot coal in your hand, expecting someone else to be burned. But you are the one who is hurt the most. I do not deny that you have been hurt. I do not tell you to ignore the wrongs others have done. But I want you to understand that forgiveness is not about agreeing with wrongs, but about freeing your heart from the burden of hatred. Forgive not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Remember that we are all human and we all have weaknesses and make mistakes. I forgave those who crucified me because I knew they did not know what they were doing. I saw their pain and blindness, and I chose mercy over anger. You can do the same. Look deep into your heart and ask yourself, is this anger worth losing my peace? Is this anger worth losing the joy and love in my heart? Let me help you let go of this burden. Tell me about your pain. Cry in my arms if you need to, and then let me dry your tears. I will help you find the peace you have lost. Forgiveness requires great strength, the strength to rise above the pain, the strength to love even when you are hurt. Forgiveness is how you free yourself from the chains of resentment and move into the light of love. Look at the person who has hurt you with eyes of compassion. Try to understand that they may have unhealed pain in their hearts. They may have been hurt and passed that pain on to you. This does not excuse their wrongdoing, but it helps you understand that they are flawed human beings just like you. I know that forgiveness is not easy. It takes time and patience. But little by little, you will feel your heart grow lighter, your soul more free. If you find it difficult to forgive, pray to me. Say, Lord, I want to forgive, but I am not strong enough. Help me to open my heart, heal my wounds. I will be with you, supporting you on this journey. Do not think that forgiveness is a one-time thing. The wound may flare up when painful memories come back. But each time, pray to me again, choose to forgive again, and you will gradually be freed from the pain. When you forgive, you are opening the door for my love and mercy to flow into your life. When you forgive, you are living in my image, a God of unconditional love and forgiveness. I want you to find true happiness and peace. I do not want you to be bound by the past or chained by hatred. You deserve to be free. You deserve to live in my love and light. When you choose the path of forgiveness, you are choosing to set your soul free. I know this is not easy. Forgiveness requires great courage. The courage to face the pain, the courage to let go of the resentments that are deeply engraved in your heart. But my child, believe that I am with you, walking with you every step of the way. Do you know that forgiveness is not just an action, but a process? It is a journey of healing the wounds in your soul, a process of learning to see the pain differently. I do not expect you to forget what happened, but I do want you to learn to see the past with eyes of compassion and understanding. You may ask yourself, why did they hurt me like that? Why did I have to be the one to suffer? My child, in this life, sometimes hurt people hurt others. Maybe they have suffered themselves and carry wounds that have not healed. They may not know how to love and protect others because they themselves have never been truly loved. This does not mean that you have to justify their actions, but it helps you understand that we all have weaknesses and shortcomings. I saw them myself when I stood before the crowd, screaming for me to be crucified. But I chose to forgive because I understood that they did not know what they were doing. You can also learn to look at those who hurt you with eyes of compassion. Think about the pain they may be carrying, the fears and hurts that cause them to act that way. Not to excuse them, but to let go of the burden of resentment in your heart. Forgiveness is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of great strength. It requires you to move beyond your wounded ego and reach a higher level of kindness and love. When you choose to forgive, you are freeing yourself from the chains of the past, from the bondage of resentment and pain. Remember when I said, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you? It is not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to be free from hatred. When you pray for those who have hurt you, you are opening the door for my mercy to flow into your life. I know this is not easy. You may feel pain in your heart when you think about what they did. You may struggle with painful memories coming back, but remember that forgiveness is a journey, not a moment in time. Whenever painful memories come back, come to me and say, Lord, I want to forgive, but I am still hurting. Please help me heal this wound. And I will be there, holding you in my loving arms and helping you through the pain. Think about yourself, about the peace you long for. Remember that forgiveness is not about changing others. It is about changing yourself. When you forgive, you are choosing not to let the past control your present and future. You are choosing love over resentment, choosing peace over pain. I know there are times when you will wonder, if I forgive, will they change? Will they realize their mistakes? My child, I want you to know that forgiveness is not about changing others. It is about changing your own heart. I have forgiven those who crucified me, but not all of them realized their sins. But that did not stop me from choosing to forgive, because I know that mercy is stronger than hatred. You can't control other people's actions, but you can control how you respond to them. You can choose to hold on to the pain and continue to be chained by the past, or you can choose to forgive and set yourself free. My beloved, on your journey of forgiveness, I want you to remember the words I said. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. It is not just a command, but a promise. When you choose to forgive, you are opening your heart to receive my mercy and unconditional forgiveness. I know that forgiveness is not easy. I stood on the cross, looking down at the crowds that shouted, jeered, and mocked me. They misunderstood me, rejected my love, and unjustly condemned me. Yet in that most painful moment, I said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. I chose to forgive not because they deserved it, but because my mercy was greater than the pain they caused. I want you to learn to love and forgive in the same way, because that is the path to true peace. When you hold on to resentment, you are imprisoning your soul in the past. You are allowing pain to control your life, preventing you from moving forward. But when you choose to forgive, you are freeing yourself from the burden of resentment and allowing your soul to be free. Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. I am inviting you to let go of the burden of hatred and resentment so that you can find peace in my loving arms. Imagine your heart as a garden. When you hold on to resentment, you are planting seeds of bitterness and hatred. They will grow into sharp thorns, hurting you and those around you. But when you choose to forgive, you are removing those thorns and replacing them with seeds of love, mercy, and peace. You may ask yourself, how can I forgive when the pain is so great? How can you forget what they did? I understand that feeling, but remember my words. Peace I give to you, my peace I give to you, not as the world gives. Let not your hearts be troubled, neither let them be afraid. True peace does not come from revenge or human justice, but from forgiveness and love. When you choose to forgive, you are allowing my peace to reign in your heart, replacing bitterness with serenity. I want you to remember that there is no wound so deep that I cannot heal. Bring your pain to me, let me dry your tears, and heal the wounds in your heart. You may think that forgiveness will make you weaker or more vulnerable, but in reality, forgiveness requires great strength and extraordinary courage. You are moving beyond your pain, beyond your wounded self, to love the way I love. Overcome evil with good. When you forgive, you are choosing love over hatred, choosing light over darkness. You are walking the path I have shown you, the path of infinite love and mercy. Pray to me when you find it difficult to forgive. Say, Lord, I am hurting, and it is difficult for me to forgive. Please give me the strength to overcome this pain. Please open my heart to your love and peace. I will hear your prayer and will give you the strength you need. If you still find it difficult, remember my words. For I know the plans I have for you, plans for peace and not for evil, to give you hope and a future. I want you to have a bright and hopeful future, not bound by hatred or a painful past. Beloved, when you choose to forgive, you not only free yourself, but you also open the door for my love and mercy to flow into your life. Trust that I can transform every wound into healing, every pain into growth and wisdom. Let go of the burdens in your heart and let me guide you to everlasting peace. Let my love reign within you and transform you into a stronger, more compassionate, and more peaceful person. My beloved, as you walk the journey of forgiveness, I want you to look around you, at your family, your neighbors, your friends, and your coworkers. These people, whether close or far away, have a connection to you. They can be a source of joy, or they can be a source of hurt. And it is in these relationships that you will find the greatest test of love and forgiveness. Your family is where you first learn to love, but it is also here that you can experience your deepest hurts. Thoughtless words, unfulfilled expectations, misunderstandings that have accumulated over the years, all can dry up your heart and make it distant. I know you may feel hurt by those you love. Perhaps your parents did not understand you as you expected. Perhaps your siblings hurt you. Perhaps your children did not return the love you had for them. But my child, do not let those wounds cause you to close your heart. Even if your parents had their flaws, love them with a forgiving heart. They may not have been perfect, but they loved you the way they knew how. If you are resentful toward your parents, remember that I put them in your life to teach you lessons of love and patience. Forgive them, for when you do, you are also finding freedom in your soul. Your brothers and sisters may have hurt you, may have had arguments, jealousies, or misunderstandings, but remember that nothing is more precious than family. Be the first to reach out to make peace, for I have said, if you are offering your gift at the altar, and there remember that your brother has something against you, leave your gift there before the altar and go. First be reconciled to your brother. Do not let pride or ego prevent you from loving. Let love prevail. Let forgiveness open a new path for connection and healing. Have you ever felt annoyed by your neighbors? Maybe they have done something that upset you. Maybe they are too loud, too inconsiderate, or have actions that make you unhappy. Remember that they are human beings just like you. I have taught you, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. Loving your neighbors does not mean that you always have to agree with them, but it does mean that you treat them with tolerance and kindness. If you feel upset, pray for them instead of resenting them. If there is disagreement, resolve it with gentleness, not anger. Remember that your neighbors are struggling with their own struggles. They may be carrying pain in their hearts that you do not know about. When you choose to be patient and forgive, you bring my light to where you live. Friends are people I put in your life to share your joys and sorrows. But have you ever felt betrayed, hurt by friends you trusted? Judas was once my companion, but he betrayed me with a kiss. Peter once declared his loyalty to me, but he denied me 3 times in his hour of need. I know how painful betrayal is, but I forgive. If your brother sins against you 7 times in a day, and 7 times comes back and says, I repent, forgive him. True friendships are not always perfect. There will be times when you will be disappointed. There will be times when you will be hurt, but do not let the mistakes of others cause you to close your heart. Forgive and continue to love. Maybe one day you will need their forgiveness too. Have you ever felt wronged at work? Have you ever been gossiped about, misunderstood, or treated unfairly? I know it hurts, but remember, my child, that your workplace is not just a place for you to earn a living, but also a place where I put you to show my love. Do not let injustice or jealousy in the workplace rob you of your peace. When someone wrongs you, instead of retaliating, let me handle it. Continue to work with honesty and love, for I see everything you do, and I will bless you. If you have a conflict with a coworker, try to reconcile. Do not let anger and resentment distance you from them. Remember that I have forgiven you countless times. Beloved, when you forgive those around you, your family, your neighbors, your friends, your co-workers, you are planting seeds of love and peace. Forgiveness not only sets you free, but it can transform others. Be a peacemaker where there is conflict. Be a love maker where there is hatred. When you do this, you not only glorify me, but you open the door for my blessing to flow through you. Let me heal your wounds and transform you into a loving person. I know you are trying to forgive, but some wounds are so deep that just thinking about them makes you choke up. I see you forcing a smile at those who hurt you, trying to forget the bitter words, the thoughtless actions. Forgiveness does not mean you have to pretend you were never hurt. Forgiveness is looking straight at the pain, acknowledging it, and then placing it in my hands. You may say to yourself, but God, they are not sorry. They do not think they did anything wrong. If I forgive, am I not lowering myself? Forgiveness does not mean you are accepting wrongdoing. Forgiveness is not about letting others win or letting you lose. Stop for a moment. Close your eyes and ask yourself, are you carrying resentment? Do you feel your heart heavy and aching when you think about someone? If so, my dear, that is a sign that you need to let go. I know there are people who have hurt you so much that you want them to feel the pain you have. But my child, revenge does not make you feel better. It only prolongs your pain. You may think, but they deserve to be punished. I understand that feeling. But do you know what? Anger and hatred are like a fire that burns the person holding it. Forgiveness is a cool rain that extinguishes the fire and brings relief to your soul. The people closest to you can also hurt you the most. Family, friends, the people you love the most. They are the ones who can hurt you the most. Why? Because you trusted them. You placed your hopes in them. When they let you down, you feel like your whole world is falling apart. Your parents may not be perfect. They may have said hurtful things to you. They may not have understood you. They may have put too much pressure on you. But my child, they are also people with their own wounds. Maybe they were never taught how to love properly. Forgive them, not because they are always right, but because your heart needs peace. Your siblings may have argued with you, may have competed with you over every little thing. But my child, this life is too short to hold grudges. Remember that one day, you will wish you could go back to those days, just to have one more moment with them. Your friends may have betrayed you. They may have turned their backs on you when you needed them the most. That hurts, doesn't it? I know, but my child, if you keep looking at the betrayal, you will not be able to see the people who truly love you. Let go. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting, but remembering without pain. You may think that forgiveness means forgetting everything, but it is not. Forgiveness is remembering and not feeling broken. Forgiveness is looking back at the past and not wanting to retaliate. It is hearing their name and not feeling the pain in your heart. It is being able to pray for them, not with bitterness, but with peace. I am not asking you to do it alone. I know you are weak, but I am here. I will help you. I will change your heart little by little, if you will let me. Come to me and you will find rest. I do not want to see you living in the fatigue of resentment. I want you to be at peace. My beloved child, I see you struggling with the mixed emotions inside you. You want to forgive, but the past keeps coming back like waves, drowning you in old hurts. You think that if you hold on to resentment, perhaps it will protect you from further hurt. But resentment is not a shield, it is a chain. It does not keep you safe, it only keeps you in the dark. I want you to stop, take a deep breath, and put your hand on your heart. Can you hear that beat? It is the life, the love, the tenderness I placed in you when you were created. But my child, if that heart continues to carry the burden of resentment, it will dry up. It will no longer beat with peace. Think of those who have hurt you. Maybe it was a friend who betrayed you, a relative who didn't understand you, a coworker who bullied you, or even a stranger who said something bitter to you. You still remember those things, don't you? They're still there, like a wound that hasn't healed. But my dear, ask yourself, are those people hurting as much as you are? Or are they just going about their lives while you're the only one who feels this pain every day? Resentment doesn't punish others. It just imprisons you. It takes away your joy. It weighs you down. It makes you tired. You may be living, but are you truly enjoying every moment I give you? Or are you wasting your days holding on to things you should have let go of long ago? Let bitterness, anger, resentment, harsh words, abusive speech, and all evil leave you. Be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, as God in Christ has forgiven you. Pain is not for you to hold on to, but for you to overcome. My child, I am not denying that you have been hurt. I am not telling you to pretend that nothing has happened, but I want you to know that your pain is not the end of you. It is just a chapter in the book of your life, and you have the power to continue writing new pages with peace, not bitterness. Remember Joseph? His brothers were jealous of him, sold him into slavery, and subjected him to humiliation. But then, Joseph did not let resentment hold him captive. He forgave, and it was that forgiveness that lifted him up by God to be a blessing to his entire family. If Joseph had held on to resentment, he would never have seen the glory I had in store for him. Likewise, if you hold on to hurt, you will miss out on the good things I have in store for you. Words that hurt you, let me heal. Has someone said something to you that hurt you? Maybe they told you you weren't good enough, you weren't worthy, you weren't important. Those words may have been deeply embedded in your heart, becoming invisible wounds. Don't let those words define you. Only I have the right to say who you are, and I say you are precious, you are loved, you are my masterpiece. Forgiveness doesn't mean you let others take advantage of you. No, forgiveness is letting yourself be free of what they did. You forgive not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to be free. My beloved child, I know forgiveness is not easy. Sometimes you feel like you are giving without receiving anything in return. You may have tried to forgive, but then old memories come back, reminding you of the hurt you have not forgotten. Do you think I don't understand? I do. I too was betrayed, mocked, abandoned by the very people I love the most. On the cross, when I looked down, I saw those who crucified me, those who shouted that they wanted to kill me. But do you know what I said? Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they do. I do not say this to tell you to forgive immediately as I did. I know it takes time, but I want you to understand one thing. When you forgive, you do not do it alone. I am here with you every step of the way. Have you ever looked at someone and wondered, why did they hurt me? Maybe they said cruel things, acted cruelly, turned their back on you when you needed them most. But my child, no one is born with a broken heart. The world has hurt them, and because they don't know how to heal, they hurt others. Maybe your strict father never said loving words to you because he never heard them from his own father. Maybe the friend who betrayed you was also betrayed, so they don't know how to be loyal. Maybe your coworker is always jealous of you because they are filled with insecurities. You may not justify what they did, but you can choose to see them through my eyes, eyes of mercy. When you see the pain of others, you will realize that resentment is no longer important. The past is gone. You can spend your whole life holding on to old wounds, but what good will it do? It will only weigh you down, make you weary. I don't want to see you like this. I want you to step into a future filled with light. Do you know what is the most powerful thing in this world? Not power, not money, but love. It was love that brought me into this world. It was love that brought me to the cross. And it is love that will heal you. You may think that others don't deserve forgiveness, but do you remember, my child, how many times I have forgiven you? None of us are perfect. If you expect me to forgive you, learn to forgive others. Love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. Bless those who curse you, and pray for those who mistreat you. I know this is not easy, but you don't have to do it right away. Start with a prayer. Try saying to me, Lord, I can't forgive myself, but I want to be free. Please help me. When you say that, you've laid the first brick of healing. I'll do the rest. Imagine an early morning when the sun has just risen, casting its warm rays over the earth. The air is fresh. There is no darkness, no cold. That's what I want for you, a free spirit, no longer chained to the past. I see your efforts, even though sometimes you feel like you still can't let go completely. But my child, the journey of forgiveness is not a moment, but a process. As each day passes, if you let me walk with you, I will help you move forward without carrying the old burdens. You may feel that your loved one does not deserve your forgiveness. If you keep holding on to resentment, what will happen to your family? Meals will become silent, words will become bitter, moments that should be warm will become cold. I don't want you to live like that. Be the first to break down that wall. You may not be able to change your family immediately, but you can start by changing yourself. Say a kind word instead of a reproach. Choose silence when you could have argued. Hug your loved one even when you feel they don't deserve it. For my child, when you sow love, you will reap peace. Friendship is a precious gift, but it is also fragile. A careless word, a thoughtless action, a moment of anger, all can destroy what has been built over many years. I know there are friends who have let you down. They may not have been there for you when you needed them most. They may have said things that hurt you, but remember, my child, that you have hurt someone without realizing it. You have said or done something that was not right. Do you have the humility to approach that friend? You may not have been wrong, but if you have the courage to initiate the process of reconciliation, you will see that true friendship is worth more than pride. If your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he is thirsty, give him something to drink. Instead of responding to annoyance with annoyance, try responding with love. A greeting, a smile, a small act can soften a hardened heart. Instead of responding to hate with hate, continue to do what is right. Be honest, be humble, be patient. You do not need to prove your worth by stepping on others, because I already know what you are worth. Beloved, when you choose to forgive, you are spreading my light. A family can be healed, a friendship can be restored, a workplace can be better, a neighborhood can be warmer. My beloved, the path of forgiveness is not an easy one, but it is the path to true freedom. I have seen you carry the burdens in your heart for too long, letting the hurt, anger, and resentment become chains that bind you. But today you have chosen a different path. You have chosen to let go, to forgive, to love. Whenever you feel your heart is still heavy, remember that I am right here beside you, walking with you through every challenge. Come to me. Tell me the deepest things in your heart. I will listen. I will comfort. I will dry your tears. Let me place my hand on your heart and heal the wounds. Let me soften the places in your heart that have become hardened by hurt. Let me fill you with love so that you can continue to give that love to those around you. Step out of the darkness of anger and resentment. Step into the light of peace and forgiveness. Live a life where each day is light and serene, because you have learned to love as I have loved you. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives do I give to you. Do not let your heart be troubled, neither do you fear. My peace is with you. May my love always surround you. Go and live a life filled with light. I love you today and forever. Thank you for taking the time to listen to today's message. We hope that these words have touched your heart, bringing you peace, strength, and encouragement to continue on the path of love and forgiveness. If you find this video meaningful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to God's Message Today channel to spread God's light to more people. Leave your thoughts in the comments section. May God's peace always be with you. May His love warm your heart. May He give you the strength to forgive, the kindness to love, and the wisdom to walk in the light. See you in the next video. God bless you. Amen.